Hey, astrobaddies and daddies. This is Wine Astrology, the podcast for the witchy and the bitchy. Hello, astrobaddies and daddies. This is Wine Astrology, the podcast for the witchy and the bitchy. I'm your host, Nicole.
And I'm Luini.
And we have a totally cool, fun, witchy guest joining us on the show today. She's so cool, guys. She's a tarot reader. She is a psychic medium and is the author of her upcoming book called Sober Magic. And she's kind of known for her full moon parties. We have Sarah Potter on the show. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Oh, I'm so happy to be here with you both.
Oh my gosh, me too. You are just radiating and glowing, by the way. I feel like you just have like this warm energy about you. I feel like you get that a lot, no?
You know what? I do, but I love to hear it. I feel so
Yes, girl.
good.
Own it.
Thank you so much. That's very sweet.
Yes, we're so excited to have you. We were kind of chatting before we were recording, guys, and we had to start recording, but we just stopped when Sarah was about to tell us her big three. And I am so excited to know. Please tell us.
We saved it for you guys.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I'm very proud of these placements. So I have a Virgo sun, a Cancer moon, and a Sag rising.
Oh, but the
So
sun, the Virgo sun, I was not expecting. I don't know why. I was like, I'm getting like Leo.
So funny. So is it my hair?
Yeah.
yeah. Every time we think somebody has a Leo placement, it's because they have something funky or unique going on with their hair. So yeah.
So I have a Venus Libra, which I feel like that explains my hair. But it's funny, a lot of people don't think I'm a Virgo, but I am so Virgo. And
Really?
I used to I don't know, when I was a kid, I loved reading my horoscope every day in the newspaper, but I just felt like, I don't know, I didn't appreciate my Virgo sun. It felt, I don't know, I just felt like everyone was trying to say we were uptight neat freaks, and I hated that. But I feel like the more I've grown up and grown into it, like any of the signs, it's so multidimensional, and the part of Virgo that I really lean into is I just want to help. I love helping people and I love supporting people, and that always makes me feel really good. And I thought I gave it away when I was saying I came with my own notes, and I was I've been prepared, and that felt like my Virgo was really showing there.
That's so true.
Yes.
Virgos do not like to be caught off guard at all. So I can definitely understand always prepared, always, and always having a backup plan is also very Virgo.
Absolutely. Well, I think it crashed before because I had two browsers open in case this wasn't working in Chrome. I could bop over to Safari, and then I was like, well, having all of this open is crashing the system. So
True. Sometimes being over prepared, but it worked out. But I love that Cancer moon. I love a dignified moon. You're so lucky.
You know what? Thank you for saying that, because I completely agree with you. I am obsessed with my Cancer moon, and I'm obsessed with other people who have Cancer moons, and I think that we have the quirkiest sense of humor that I just adore, and I really crack myself up, and I think it's my Cancer moon. And my mom has a Cancer moon too, and we are both known for just being absolutely besides ourselves hysterical about things that any other Cancer, someone who's not a Cancer moon is I don't get this. I have no idea what they're laughing at.
What is going on?
I know. Have you found that? Do you have any Cancer moons in your lives? We just fuck
Honestly,
ourselves up.
no. I feel like generally I'm surrounded by air moons.
Now that I'm thinking of it, I feel like I don't have a lot. I don't know any Cancer moons or like water sign moons in general. I feel
Yeah.
like I have so much fire and like earth in my life, like in my friendships. Yeah, like when I think about it, I'm like, but my one sister, her best friend, he's a Cancer sun, moon, and rising.
Oh gosh.
And he is like, it's crazy the things that he knows. His intuition is like off the charts. Like it's kind of scary being in his presence a little bit. Because you'll just be telling him a situation, something that you're going through. Sometimes you're not even asking for advice. You just be like kind of bitching and ranting about something. And he'll be like, I'm going to give you some advice. And if you follow it, if you ever follow his advice, he will lead you on the right path. Yeah. So my sister's like, he's crazy. Like he'll just know things. He'll just know things.
I believe it. My mom's a Cancer sun, Cancer moon. And I feel like I could say the same thing. Like her advice is top notch. I couldn't get away with like anything like growing up. Like she just always knew what I was up to. And what a blessing. I'm like, can we call this guy? Like I want to know like, wow, all that Cancer placement. It's like
Right. I want to have conversations with him.
Yeah. Michael is that. He's so witchy and he's so intuitive and he loves it. Like his favorite, he definitely likes to be with like tarot. He knows a bit about his birth chart. Astrology is not really his thing, but yeah, like he'll do a tarot reading for you, and it is scary. So I'm just like, wow, like we love a witch, yeah.
Yes, how cool. Well, I feel like what I like about like the Virgo sun and Cancer moon, like I think it really makes me aligned to like the work I do, and because I think that Cancer moon like really sharpens my intuition, and then I have like such this desire to help people that I think it works. But like with the Sag rising thrown in, I like to sum it up as like I want to be invited to the party, but I'm not gonna go.
Oh my god!
Like that's like
the FOMO.
Like I'm gonna be upset if I'm not invited, but like I'm not showing up either. So like invite me, but then like don't be surprised if I don't come. But if I say I'm going to, I will, but like I will be gone in a few minutes. Like I'll say hello and then I disappear and it's back to home.
That's lovely.
Nicole and I have a mutual friend, and he is a Taurus stellium with a Leo rising, and he's the same way. Like, will take full offense at not being invited to something, but then we'll get invited and be like, "Oh, girl, I'll let you know," and then never come.
Relatable.
But the idea of being invited is so nice. Like I also understand that, where it's like, even if I'm not gonna come, like I want to feel like you care about this friendship and that you want my presence there no matter what. So I want the invitation, even though I'm gonna say no.
I don't like being invited because I always say yes and I don't want to go. I will always say, yeah, sure, I'll go. And then the whole day I'm just dreading the fact that I have to leave the house.
I get it. I mean, I'm like, no, just like come over and stay at home with me. I don't know.
My home, I have a very Taurus home, very comfy and, aesthetic. And there's always food and snacks and it's warm. Like, why would I want to leave?
Absolutely.
I love going to a Taurus home. Like, I bet you have like really good sheets and like nice blankets and like good lighting and like it just feels good. And I know it. I feel it. Like
I do. I'm very passionate about bed sheets, actually. I'm like, okay, in the spring, we're going just cotton and maybe like a jersey. In the summer, we're doing linen. In the winter, we're doing flannel. And I don't like white sheets, so I love patterns and colors, and like I change my bed sheets regularly, mostly because I get so excited when I go to sleep and I pull my comforter back and I see like the pattern of the sheets that I have.
That's so cute.
I love favorite. Oh my gosh, may I ask your Venus sign?
Mine is in Aries, and it's in my second house. Nicole and I actually, we both have second house Venuses,
Yes,
right?
yeah. I'm a Pisces Venus.
Oh, how cool. I love that. That's fun. Wow.
I like my moody, spiritually little artsy fartsy Venus Pisces. I
love
actually
it.
really like it. I don't know why. It's so funny because when I first got into astrology, it's just so funny seeing the transition about like you see your birth chart, you see the placements, and then like there are some placements that you don't like. I remember not liking that I was a Cap Moon or Rising because I'm like, that is so boring. That is old man energy. I'm an Aries Sun. Like, I'm fucking fun. Absolutely not.
Old man
Yeah.
energy.
And then I didn't like having a Venus Pisces because everyone's like, yeah, like you have no boundaries and you will just let people walk all over you. And I'm like, I don't appreciate this. But now I'm like, I'm starting to grow and love like my birth chart. So that was kind of like touching what you were saying earlier too as well. I'm just like, no, like why was I hating on myself? Like why was I my biggest hater? Like I love my birth chart. I think I'm fucking cool.
That has something to do with us maturing too, because obviously you want to hold on to the placements that you think are exciting and fun, right? So you probably like over-identified with your sun sign because you're like, I'm an Aries, I'm fiery and spunky and spicy, you know, like I'm a man eater. And then you got the lover girl Venus and you're like, I don't want people to know this about me.
Absolutely. Oh my God.
I feel it. I love that. I loved about learning about my birth chart was like, I actually think it helped me gain more self-love and self-acceptance, where I could it gave me a better understanding of some of my motivations or maybe like why I moved certain ways or why I was inspired to do certain things. And like, I just really credit that as part of my self-love journey, where it's just like, oh yeah, like it's kind of inevitable. It's in the stars. Like, this is what it is.
Oh my gosh, that's such a nice way of looking at that. I actually love that. It's in the stars.
It is. I think
Absolutely.
I agree that it really helps you decode what moves you in a way that is obviously very unique to your own motivations, because no matter what, nobody is going to have the exact same birth chart as you. And even if they have like the same placements and the same houses, like the likelihood of somebody having the exact same chart with the exact same degree placements and everything else it's like an severe improbability, right?
Yeah.
So it really is just meant to be your little map to discovering yourself.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I love that. I totally agree. And, you know, it's actually really funny. A few months ago, I did a tarot reading for a new client, and she said something, and it led me to ask her birth date, and we had the exact same birthday, but we were like, you know, born at times and in different locations, but we had like a lot of the same placements, and it was really cool. I've never met anyone who I could share that with, but you're absolutely right. I mean, like the placements are like the energy manifested differently, but it was really thrilling.
That sounds super fun. I've never met anybody with my birthday.
Yeah, me either. So like an astro
I know
doppelganger.
so many people with your birthday.
No way, really?
Really?
Yeah, I've met like, at least, I know at least 3 other people who have the same birthday as Nicole.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Why am I annoyed
I
at
want
that?
you to have a party with all of them.
No, they're horrible people.
Oh no.
No, they're all men, so
Oh, weird.
don't want to have a party with any of them.
Okay, never mind. Well, you know what? I wish that both of you.
Oh, Nicole has the same birthday as Mariah Carey.
How cool!
Oh, okay,
right.
Oh my gosh, amazing! Someone told me. Wait, when's Lady Gaga's birthday?
The day after yours.
Oh, the day after. Okay, so she's March. Okay.
Yes.
What I think it was.
Fun.
Yeah.
Wow, a lot of talent in that week. How cool.
Really. It's true. I think Celine Dion's birthday is around that time too.
Wow. These are
I
all
love
really epic performers.
Right? I love Aries, like female Aries singers. I find I resonate a lot with them. Probably because they also have a lot of most of them have Aries Venuses, so that's probably what I'm drawn to
Yeah.
with them. I'm just like,
How cool.
I relate to having to step into your power after getting your heart broken.
Yeah.
What good inspiration.
It is. It really is.
So, Sarah, I'm so curious. I want to know all about your full moon parties because they just look, oh my God, I just think it's so funny now that I'm thinking about your big three. I'm like, that's so Sagittarius, but also Cancerian of you. We're like, we're going to celebrate the moon and we're going to be like little witches, like dancing under the moon, but we're going to make it fun. We're going to have a full moon party and that's Sag is coming out. So I'm just so curious, like, how long have you been doing your full moon parties and like how much planning and work kind of goes into that?
Thank you for seeing me. I really, you got it. So what I think, this was my 4th season of full moon parties at the Asbury Hotel. And what's so funny is that I used to live in Asbury Park, and I worked at a music venue, and it was like a block off of the shore. It's actually on the same property as the hotel, funny enough. And I would always I would leave work, and I don't know, it was like a tumultuous kind of time for me. I was like feeling a lot of feelings and trying to figure things out. And I would like go cry to the moon on the beach after work. It'd be like 3:00 in the morning. I'd be alone, sharing my secrets with the moon, and everyone kind of made fun of me because they were like, "That I don't know what that is doing. It's weird." And I kept doing it, and then I then at one point I was leading full moon rituals at a client's home here in New York, and that was really fun because we'd sit on the floor in the living room and pull cards and talk, and it was really intimate. And it was fun because I feel like it was such a great opportunity to bring some of my clients together, to bring some of my friends together, because I feel like work was so one-on-one for me at that point. And I love creating community. So, and then, that stopped when 2020 hit. And then this opportunity came up. And I just love the moon. The moon is one of my greatest muses. So when the opportunity arrived, to be honest, I think they booked one and it did so well. Like it sold out. There was almost 400 people there. Like
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so they were like, this is amazing. So then they booked me for the whole season, and then they extended it for the whole year, and then they kept extending it. And we've been extended for another season. And
Yay!
it's so fun. And I was just one of my greatest inspirations is I like to create things that I want to go to, that I need or have been looking for. And what I noticed was that so many people were booking readings asking me about how to make friends and how to find community. And I really believe that we all have the power to create something and to create that solution. So it's like, okay, people are looking for something like this. So let's do it and let's have fun with it. Like I have so many friends in the music industry, so many clients in the music industry. So I've invited some of them to come, and they'll play music before, during, and after the ritual. The pool is heated, so everyone's welcome to be in the pool or around the pool. So you can float while we meditate, and we do an interactive ritual. We've turned the whole pool into moon water, which has been really fun. And I like to bless the whole community with our intentions and our manifestations. And I really I don't know, there's been many times in my life where I haven't felt welcome, or I've felt kind of isolated and alone or unsure. And I don't want anyone to feel that way at one of my events. I want everyone to feel welcome, and there's a place for them to just experience presence and magic and their own power. And And I feel like I take the work seriously, and the work we're doing is serious, but like we can have a good time. And I like to make little like astrology jokes. My Cancer moon comes through with that microphone, and then talk about the current energy, because I feel like it's nice to know, like, oh, I'm not the only one feeling this. Like, this is what's going on with the moon and the stars and the sun, and we're all feeling it. And then based on that lunar energy, I always have a theme, and we share our secrets with the stars and the moon and co-create something. And now that it's been multiple years, I mean, like, really incredible things have manifested from these rituals. I've met people's partners. I've like celebrated engagements and weddings. I got my book deal. Like, it was, I like to share all of that with everyone, because I really do believe we help make each other's dreams come true. And I wanted to create an event where there's an activity and it's not based around drinking. Like, I mean, the bars are open, cocktails are being served, but it's like, the point isn't to come and kind of numb out. The point is to actually be in your body, be in the astral, feel powerful, and connect with people. And I do what I can to like introduce people, connect people. A lot of people have become friends through that, which, like, I just think that's great. I think it can be challenging to meet people and to feel like you're part of something. So, I mean, I'm having a great time, and I'd like to see others having a great time too, and feel like they can connect with the moon too. Like, she's here for all of us.
She really is.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
And she's consistent. She's always there.
Yes.
Right? I know.
And she's always so nice to look at.
Totally. And whenever I'm missing someone, it's like, I know we're looking at the same moon, and the moon is connecting us, and I feel like they're a little closer. It's so lovely. I can't wait to have you guys attend to a full moon party. I'm getting you to the Jersey Shore, and
we're so down.
It's gonna be fun.
Oh my god, I'm manifesting that, because they absolutely look so beautiful. And then just like, and again, like, I love how you're saying, like, we just want everybody to like kind of just be present and really connect with each other. So for your full moon parties, are they all alcohol free, or is it like there's a mixture?
No, there's like drinks are being served. There are cocktails available, mocktails as well. But yeah, it really is a place I feel like for everyone. So
yeah,
and like, yeah, the drinks are flowing.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so curious to hear a little bit more about Sober Magic that you have coming up.
Thank you. I thought it was like so fun that you guys let me come on the show, because I really do think Sober Magic is for everyone. And what I realized through writing this book is one of the reasons I was drinking so much was because I'm just a really sensitive person. I feel everything really deeply. I feel what everyone else is feeling really deeply. And it makes me really good at my job, but it was very difficult as a human. And I got sober before I transitioned into spiritual work full time, but it's kind of like they go hand in hand. And in Sober Magic, I talk about my first year of sobriety and how I transitioned into being like a full-time tarot reader and professional witch. And so I go through the framework of the 12 steps, but through a pagan lens and through tarot, because I noticed when I put the 12 steps next to the major arcanas of tarot, it's both a fool's journey. And I do feel like getting sober, I really felt like a fool. And moving through the cards and moving through the steps, I was like, how has no one done this? Like, and so I used all of the cards in the deck in the book. And I realized, because, relapse is part of recovery. And the first time I tried to get sober.
So you were mentioning being at a concert.
Yes. And so, I used to black out all the time when I was drinking, and I thought about it, and I was like, well, at that point I had like 5 years of sobriety, 5.5 years maybe. And I was like, wow, this is the longest I've ever been sober. How was I able to do it? And I realized it was tarot and witchcraft completely saved my life and helped me maintain sobriety. And then I got inspired I was like, this is what I'm going to write a book about. And I feel like this is like, part of it is like my thank you letter to these modalities for helping me like find myself and my power. And I also, I felt like I was at the bottom of like the deepest pit. I had no sense of my like own power and agency. I think it was such a terrible, isolating way to feel, and I don't want anyone to ever feel that way. So I wrote this with the intention to help people who feel really sensitive like I do. And so, you don't have to be sober, I think, to appreciate this book. I think it's another way to look at tarot. It's another way to look at ritual, and it's another way to look at yourself and see that it's beautiful to be sensitive and to feel. And so I go through all the cards and talk about how they can relate to sobriety. I share a story in my life from that first year that relates to the lesson coming through. And then there are tarot spreads and rituals that you can do on your own to kind of embody these lessons. And it was really hard to write this book, but I'm really proud of it. And I'm really, really excited to share it. And I totally manifested this book deal through these full moon parties and rituals I would do on my own and bookstores to kind of bring this magic forward. And I don't know, it feels good. It feels a little scary. It's getting close to time to share. Book comes out December 2nd, but it's feeling exciting, and I just love tarot and witchcraft so much. So to be able to share that through this book is just feeling really good in my heart.
That's so good to hear. I'm honestly so happy for you because you sound so passionate about this book. It seems like you just put so much love and care into it. And then also, like, you just seem so, I don't know, like, it's so nice to just meet people who are just so in tune, in touch with, like, their spirituality, and then just so, like, present. And, like, I feel like I get that from you. So I'm just really excited for you and your book. And I'm really happy that you're on the show, too, as well, because, like, literally we have wine in our title. Like, it's wine astrology. But I really like that me and Winnie are kind of doing something different with some of our episodes, and we're branching out, and we're doing alcohol, like spirit-free wines, and it's really just, I don't know, opened me up to like something new, and I'm just like, okay, like I like some of these alcohol-free wines. I don't know.
Yeah, I think also, Sarah, what I love about the fact that your book is coming out on December 2nd is, book coming out during Sag season. I hope that you're going to have some positive influences hitting your first house at that time, and hoping for the best with those transits to really help propel that book forward for you and expose it to as many people as you can reach, obviously. I love the fact that you're a Sag rising and you're embodying that energy through teaching and really like sharing your experience with people, and not in like a preachy like do this or do that way, but just kind of opening people up to a different perspective, because like Nicole said, we have wine astrology in our title. I think this season, because we've had so many guests, it really did become a lot more about connecting with people, and I feel like that is basically the goal that, or the way it's framed, drinking is framed kind of like having community and going out and, bonding over a pint or like a glass of wine or whatever. But lately, I've also been kind of in that headspace where, I don't want drinking to be what my social life is based around. And I don't want, and now that I'm also trying to open up and, like you said, find a community and make other friends. I don't want newer people that are coming into my orbit to feel like they have to drink in order for us to be able to do something or get along or make plans or whatnot. So yeah, we're really happy to have you on the show. Plus the fact that obviously you're so open-minded. You know, if people want to drink, they can drink, but if not, you're also creating a safe space for people who maybe don't want to feel like they can still participate. And I love that.
Well, I appreciate that, because that is how I feel. I feel like like, I can't drink. Like, I'm a nightmare. But if other people can drink, please do. Enjoy yourself. And I just I really resonate with what you were saying about being able to share an experience, to connect. And I have a newfound appreciation through sobriety of the connect. I can still connect with people through sensual experiences, like having a drink, like a tea, or sharing food, and just it's still the ritual of that experience. And I feel like I'm really excited about all of these alternative drinks that are being created. I've been sober for 8.5 years now, and I've watched the industry change. I think it's to me, I feel like people are just looking for other options. They're looking at health and how they feel. And, the drink I'm having over here, it's made with Chardonnay grapes, but there's also lavender and elderflower. It's I love this so much. It's Curious Elixirs, number 7, and it feels very fairy energy, which feels effervescent and festive and celebratory to me. But I was this is a really satisfying drink, and it makes me feel like we're having a celebration.
You know what's so funny? When Nicole and I first went through your Instagram, we literally said that you remind us of a fairy. So yeah. The fact that you're oh, the drink is giving fairy energy, I was how on brand.
Oh my god, even your glass is so cute.
It's like a little chalice.
Yeah. Oh my god.
No, make it a party.
So it has lavender. Fun. It has lavender. What else does it have in there that you're drinking?
Elderflower, which is I just love elderflower so much.
So good.
Oh,
and I think there's a little juniper in this as well.
Ooh.
And then the base is Chardonnay grapes, and it's just I don't know, it just feels like a lovely little effervescent celebration.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm excited for us to get into our white wine that we're drinking today.
Yeah.
So we're drinking a crisp white by Proxies. So this is a non-alcoholic white wine, and the notes sound delicious. So I think on the nose, we're going to get lychee, white flowers, and spicy ginger. But for the palate, it should be ripe peach and bright citrus. So she's supposed to be very zesty and refreshing. And also, Winnie picked this out, and when I saw lychee, I said, yeah, I know, because Winnie is such a sucker for anything lychee. That is her weakness.
I wish I was not
it's so good.
Predictable, but alas, I am a creature of habit as a Taurus, so...
She loves a good lychee martini.
I do. I love anything tropical flavored.
Yeah. So this this non-alcoholic wine is made by so usually non-alcoholic wines, I'm sorry, what I want to say is that they're usually stripped of the alcohol. The alcohol is taken out of the wine. But what Proxies does is they blend juices and teas and spices and bitters so that you're kind of getting the complexity of a wine, but you're not getting any alcohol in it. So this should still have some acidity and texture and tannins. So it's wine, but it's not. And I'm really excited because they're really focusing on trying to use high quality ingredients so that you can still get a complex of flavors and textures. So I think that they're doing something really unique. So I'm really, really excited to try them. And it's course, I'm going to pop it open, guys. So, and we should all do a cheers.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that was a nice pop.
Wow. Fun.
Oh, sorry, I know.
Always when she pours the wine and she pours her glass, she always does like like a little. She's just like, okay, 2 ounces of wine, and then when she pours my glass, she's like, and just a little bit. She's like, glug 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 glug. I'm like, stop it!
It's giving that meme, 1 shot of vodka, and then she doesn't stop pouring.
That lady, what's her name? Sarah Jane. When she's making the fruit punch and she puts a whole 40 of vodka in the bowl.
Oh my god, it smells like a lychee martini. Ooh, okay, cheers. Sarah, thank you so much for being on the show.
Cheers, Sarah.
Cheers.
Smells amazing.
Oh my god, I like this.
It's delicious. It does taste like tea.
Yes, I could taste that coming through.
Oh my god, it smells so good. Wow.
Oh wow. Yeah, so
okay,
not too
proxies.
sweet. Yeah, not too sweet. I do feel like this is not too sugary and sweet, because I feel like some non-alcoholic wines can do that. So
it doesn't feel sweet to me.
No. But that lychee's like, what tea did they use for this lychee flavor? Like,
now I want to do a deep dive and figure out like what exactly I put in here. This is the bottle, Sarah, and if you can see at the top there, it says not wine.
Yes. I love that.
So that we know. And it says it's a non-alcoholic wine alternative, and it is delicious. Wow. Plant-based, gluten-free, hangover-free. We love that.
Yeah, I love that. Where did you pick this up?
Grape Witches.
Stop. Oh my god.
Yes.
Back in it again at Grape Witches. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, just the hits at Grape Witches. We love it.
Yes.
What a good name.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a great name.
Amazing.
It's one of my favorite wine shops in Toronto. And they have 2 locations. The wine that we drank in our previous episode, where we talked about Adam's family values, was also from Grape Witches.
Amazing. Is the lychee like forward? Like, is it like? Cause I love how that like. I don't know. I love the perfume quality of lychee.
Yes. But like in the glass, it completely overpowers the nose. It's very aromatic.
Yeah.
So like just the scent, like the way this smells, it made me so excited to drink it. But at the same time, I didn't want to drink it because I just wanted to keep smelling it.
Yeah, I love a perfumey wine. It just it smells like perfume. It smells so good. Okay, so we're finally going to be getting into our topic today, guys. So I was going to say, if you haven't noticed, but you haven't, because Winnie's going to edit it out. But we've been having so much technological difficulties already. Mercury Retrograde has not even fully hit. We're in, what are we, retro shade is what some of them call it. We're in the pre-shadow.
Yes.
And I find the pre-shadow hits so much harder than the actual retrograde.
It's a warning shot, you know? It's telling you to get it together before, things hit the fan.
Yes, yeah. How has everyone's pre-shadow been so far? And your first few days of Scorpio? Because let me tell you, it's been heavy for me.
Really? Oh yeah, well you're sick. So like you're getting all sorts of things that you're dealing with.
Yes. And yeah, I don't know, like topics of like conversation we've been having with like my partner and my friends feel really heavy and like really emotional. And like even the last time you came, I was like, I have so much shit I need to get off my chest.
Yes.
Out of nowhere.
We talked for like 2 hours after our last recording.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah, and you know what? It's very therapeutic. That's the thing too. It's like, yeah, the conversations during Scorpio season feel very heavy, but it's like I need to get this out. And it just feels so good to like finally just like sometimes vent and just like get it all out and just be like, this has been bothering me. This person has hurt my feelings and I haven't said anything for so long. So yeah, I don't know. The first few days of Scorpio season have been pretty rough for me.
I've been too busy to notice. I've been working a lot this week.
That's good and sad at the same time.
I know.
Yeah.
But like Nicole said, we invited Sarah on the show. Well, actually, Lisa, who was a guest a couple weeks ago, connected us, and it was really funny because you were mentioning community, Sarah, and you clearly have really good people around you, because the minute we started chatting back and forth with Lisa, she mentioned you right away. She's like, I have a friend that I think would be a great guest for your show, and I think you guys would really hit it off and connect. So here we are. But one of the topics that we kind of discussed back and forth was Mercury Retrograde, which was great timing because it is coming up. And, you know, I feel like Mercury Retrograde is one of those astrological terms that everyone kind of throws around, especially people who aren't into astrology, and they kind of like to mock the astrology girlies a little bit. Like whenever anything out of pocket happens, they're like, oh, what is Mercury retrograding or something? And I'm like, actually, yes. Okay. So we're going to be talking about Mercury retrograde and how to survive the upcoming one, because not only is Mercury going to be retrograding from Sagittarius into Scorpio within a month, but we also are going to have a Mercury Cazimi. And now if I'm blowing your mind and you're getting super confused, don't worry, because we're going to discuss all of that. But basically, if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you know that Mercury is the planet that rules over communication, short distance travel, technology, and kind of how we move around in the world and how technology interacts with us and how we interact with it. So when Mercury is retrograding, and I love this tie-in because Mercury retrograde is not a real thing. Like when planets are retrograding, it's an optical illusion. You know, it's just from our vantage point on Earth. It appears when we're looking through our telescope as if the planet Mercury is spinning in an opposite direction to what its typical axis spins at, but it's not actually true. Mm-hmm. It just looks like that from where we are on Earth during that period of 6 weeks or so. And I feel I know that this applies to every planet that retrogrades, but I feel like it makes a lot of sense for there to be an optical illusion where Mercury is concerned, because Mercury, you know, in mythology is also known as like the trickster god. So of course, the planet Mercury, you know, tricking us into looking like it's going backwards is going to mess with us, because that's what Mercury does. It plays tricks on you, right? Oh. So I just thought that little tie-in was funny. We used to do the mythology behind the planets all the time, so I thought we could start off with that. But the reason it kind of throws a wedge into things is because it basically, you know, stalls things that should be going smoothly. So a lot of people, there's a lot more accidents and delays in travel and transportation. There could be misunderstandings in conversations, or, you know, people who are avoidant, like me, misinterpreting people's actions and forming our own little like side story about what's happening, even though that may not necessarily be true. So when we talk about this retrograde, because like Nicole mentioned, the planet is going to start moving into Scorpio, and then Sagittarius and retrograding back, I think it's really important now more than ever during this transit to be ready to have difficult conversations. Mm-hmm. But also be really ready to actually listen to people instead, and like understand what they're saying instead of just misinterpreting things, which people can do whether the conversation is difficult or not, but can probably happen more if the topic is a hard one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally.
With Mercury retrograde, also too, it's just, I always try to look at it as kind of like a reset for us. So like how I'd mentioned, we kind of like spoke a little bit about the pre-shadow and how I think it's just as important as the actual retrograde, because like when you mentioned, this is the time where we get to like slow down, right? The themes that we might see, the conversations that might happen, they kind of like peek their head throughout a little bit. So I try to practice like taking my time, slowing down, double checking things, and trying to hold my tongue and not pop off on people. Because I have been snapping already, and like but then I don't know what it is. Maybe it's Scorpio season. I've been snapping and then I'm crying right after. Yeah, so it's been a little bit heavy for me. I don't know. How about you, Sarah?
Well, so what I think is so funny is like I love Mercury retrograde. Maybe
What?
it's like
Okay,
I know.
Maybe it's that
I
Virgo
know.
sign.
Oh yeah, the Virgo.
Because
Thank
your
you, thank
sign
you.
is ruled by Mercury, so
Yes.
get it
Well,
a
and
little bit more.
my Mercury is in Virgo. And what I thought was so funny too, when like bless Lisa Stardust, I love her. We always say our friendship is so mercurial because she's the Gemini, I'm a Virgo. We love to talk. Like we call each other like multiple times a day, like chatting, and like we talk about everything, and we're curious and exploring, and like I don't know, maybe it's like the part of me like that used to like love chaos. Like I don't run towards chaos anymore, but like to me what I love about Mercury retrograde is like all of the things that you mentioned about it just being a time to pause and be thoughtful and take our time and maybe just like think things through a little bit before like I don't know, like I mean I think that my Sag rising can make me kind of like jump into the mix, and like I don't want to do that. Like I like being thoughtful and taking my time and like making sure I'm saying what I mean. And I feel like this transit really gives us the opportunity to really like find that clarity and really think about like what is it that I'm trying, like what do I really feel? I feel like and like how do I want to convey it? And I feel like I find Scorpio season to be kind of challenging, but I think about like the death card in tarot, and I think about Scorpio's ability for deep transformation, deep feelings. And maybe this is an opportunity to really like get in there, like get in our shadow and like have like confront some difficult stuff, and with the opportunity to change the dynamics and maybe change how we see situations, change how we're going to communicate. So it I think that when you go into the darkness you come out on the other side into the light, and doing that hard work I think has major reward. I think that might be one of the most Virgo things I've ever said, but it's just but I mean I always have the tech issues with Mercury retrograde, and I did another podcast the other day like the host for having all these internet issues. Like I like to give myself time. Like I always like in Manhattan, I'm always on the subway. I love taking the subway. It makes me feel like I'm on drugs and like in like a safe way. And so I just like give myself tons of time to get where I'm going. I double check who I'm sending my texts to and my emails. And just like giving myself that time and space to make sure I'm choosing my words wisely, and yeah, just like I don't know, maybe just like chill. Like everything I feel like can be so go go go, make a move, do something, be productive, but I think Mercury retrograde gives the cosmic opportunity to just like be in it a little and rest, recalibrate, recharge, and like get that clarity going before moving forward. And it's like in the grand scheme of things it's only a couple of weeks. Like a lot of things we have time to be considerate, and I think that that's a lovely way to work with the energy.
I agree. I think what I've learned during Mercury retrograde, because it's not always fun and games, like we've lost project files for episodes and like issues like that before where, I'm at my wit's end. But what it has done is forced me to always double and triple check things to the point where now it's just a habit. It's something that I do regardless of whether or not Mercury is retrograde or going to go retrograde or in retro shade or whatever. It's just something I do. Double check my work, double check that I'm sending it to the correct place, saving it to the correct place, uploading it properly, letting things fully load, because I am known to be quite impatient. And as somebody who is quite impatient, I like to get things done. I like to get them done fast, and then I like to just be done with it. And I used to just be like, okay, thank God I finished this essay, shut my computer, and go live my life. And then, okay, time to submit the essay. Oops, it didn't save the file. It only saved like 300 words out of 2,000, and now I have to edit it in like 3 hours. That has happened to me as well.
No,
yes.
Oh my God,
nightmare.
So because I've had things like that happen to me enough times, I feel like I'm better equipped to handle Mercury retrograde, because now I'm just like, okay, again, as somebody who's, punctuality is touch and go for me. Because I'm always just like, oh my God, there's so much time left, and then I have to be somewhere in 5 minutes, and it's a half hour away. But now I'm kind of just like giving myself enough time, and it's just that I've been doing that for about a month, just like being super early or like somewhat early to things. I'm like, wow, I was just like making myself anxious on the subway, or like there's nothing worse than like being in a rush and then getting caught up in traffic or whatnot, and now you're just like chest is tight and you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna be late or whatever. I was like, wow, being early is so peaceful.
It feels good, doesn't it? It does. Like,
I was like, this is so addictive. I'm like, you mean I don't have to have anxiety on the subway while I'm on my way to work? I could just show up and be on time?
Yeah.
Crazy concept.
I mean, it's still hard for me as an Aries sun and my Mercury in Aries, but the thing too about retrograde is that like whenever Mercury retrograde comes around, it happens a couple times a year, right? And I always tell myself like this is a reminder to like slow down and to double check, because again, I rush things all the time, or I leave it to the last minute, and I'm that person where I'm like, oh my God, why didn't I check traffic? Like, Nicole, you know that the highway in Toronto is always terrible. Why didn't you check? Because now there's an accident, and
or there's a random marathon.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm always having to make sure like I'm double, triple checking stuff. So it's kind of a nice reminder to just like slow down and to just like revisit those old habits and those old patterns, and just to like double check and like chill out. Because also, I mean, I know it's true for people, but like, why is it that some of you guys get so excited that you're like, oh my God, Mercury retrograde's around the corner, so that means my ex is gonna text me. I'm like, why do you sound happy about that? That's not what Mercury retrograde is about.
You're like, oh my God, the ex is gonna spin the block, and I was gonna touch on.
I've totally been that person.
Are you that person?
Sarah! I have been. I'm reformed. Okay. I'm reformed. But like, it was like clockwork. There was this Gemini I just couldn't shake, and like it. As soon as I knew it, I was like, as soon as that retro shade hit, I was like,
you're so funny. You're like, oh, it's
hollering, and he always did. I know, but like I put that to like I cut that cord like once and for all, and like it's absolutely gone. But it was like, it was comical. Like, it was absolutely comical to the point where I was like, is he keeping a calendar? Like, this is insane. And I would get that little thrill. And it is, and like, I don't know, I just like, I don't have any of those like loose ends anymore, but it is funny. Like last night, an ex of mine from a really long time ago texted me.
Stop.
And I was like,
well, oh my God.
Oh my God, what do they want? That's so random.
He wanted to like air a grievance he had with me that he realized. I mean, like, this is like an ex from like a really long time ago. And I was just like, okay. Like, I was just like, well, like, okay. Actually, it's really funny. He was airing a grievance about my full moon party.
Oh my God. He's a hater.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And it was just like, I was like, what is this? Like, it's so fun. I was actually like talking to Lisa, and I was watching, I love that show. Oh my God, I always like, I make up my own names for things, and then no one knows what I'm talking about. But like, I was watching that Nobody Wants This season 2. You know, it just came out on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
I'm just trying to like, yeah, I'm trying to like chill. Yes.
Does ring a bell.
And Kristen Bell.
Yes.
And that's kind of a mercurial show. There's a lot of communicating. I was just trying to like drink my tea and hang out with my cat and watch my show, and I guess like Mercury lit up his chart and he had to complain about something, and I was just like, all right, well, like that doesn't really concern me, but cool.
Yeah.
And then, and like I was just like, ugh. And then I was like, that is so funny. Like, this is like an ex from like a really, really long time ago.
And he still has your number.
You know,
he still has your number.
I know.
Numbers or texts or anything.
That's so true. That is so true.
They love to reminisce.
Oh, totally. And I just feel like, I don't know, like I don't want to be like, I call it like bone collecting. Like I just like, I don't need this. Like, but like, it's like, I don't know, our soul contract is up. Like, it's done. Like, I don't know what's here, but right? I'm just like, okay. But it's like, it's kind of, it was interesting. Like, when my book was announced, he started texting me again. And my mom was like, remember, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon. She's like, ew, he wants to know if he's mentioned in the book. And I was like, well, Mom, he kind of is. So, like, I get why he's like, I was like, I get why he's scared. I mean, everyone got a very kind edit, and there's nothing, like, I don't even know if he's going to recognize himself in it. But, like,
oh my God, unless he's like a knight in shining armor savior, he'll probably be like, she didn't even write about me.
I know.
Do you think he's jealous?
And, maybe? Like, but it is like, it's weird. Like, that's something I didn't really think about with writing a book that has personal aspects that like people, I don't know, like maybe their narcissism comes out where they're like, oh, like she's going to write about me. And it's like, it's really not about anyone else. It's about me.
Literally,
like, so
like, this is your, your journey. Why would you know, of course, personal anecdotes and everything, but why would people automatically assume like, well, I'm in it?
I know. Check yourself. Like, I've never seen that someone I know is writing a book and thought like, I'm in it. Like, I don't know. It's like, that's so strange, but you know, we're only human. We do all kinds of wacky stuff, but like, it was funny that like, I was like, I really did, because I've been thinking about you guys all week and our time together. And I've really been having like a retro shade, and I agree with what you guys said. Like, I find the retro shade like hits me a lot. Like, I was like, do I need to buy like a new iPhone and a new laptop? And I definitely said to like one of my editors, like, did you get my email? Like, did that go through? And you know, the subway's kind of always a mess, so like that's a given.
Same here.
But you know, it is like, they always hit me, but like I said, like I kind of like it. Like, it's fun.
It keeps you on your toes for sure.
Right? And I like to put like one of tarot's like sword cards on my altar when Mercury's retrograde. Like, right now I have the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords, and I love to burn rosemary in my home because I feel like rosemary is so mercurial and just like cleanse that energy. And I also love to have peppermint tea. Like, I love peppermint tea all the time, but like it feels like especially clarifying when Mercury's retrograde. And you know, maybe I called in those texts. I was drinking that peppermint tea, and maybe it like was like ding ding, like time to communicate. Like,
just couldn't resist. It was like,
I know.
I'm so curious. I want to know, do you do any like rituals or spells or anything that when Mercury retrograde comes around for like protection or anything to kind of like navigate you through this? Like, I'm so curious on how you navigate that as a witch. Completely. I am, and I love sharing rituals. So like, I mean, because of the volume of energy work I do,
I'm always protecting my energy. Like I start my day. If I have multiple sessions, I'm doing cleansing throughout the session. I mean, not throughout the session, between sessions. I cleanse my cat's energy. We have a little game. She loves to hold on to any demonic energy, but we like play like, and like, no, like we do little like exorcisms and like
we saw her fun. Little tail swishing in the back a couple times.
Of course. And I love to like I cleanse my home every day, like at morning and night. And then on Sundays I do like a big clearing just to like keep the things moving and feeling good in here. And then depending on like what's going on and what I'm navigating, I do the peppermint tea, and I always like kind of whisper the intention into the tea to like just like lift the fog, lift any kind of brain fog, lift the fog on my throat so I can speak through truth. And really like I feel like through channeling, like word choice is so important. And sometimes when like in the retro shade, sometimes I'm like trying to like grasp words and I have to like talk it out a little bit to get to the right word. So I find that to be very supportive. And also I love candle magic. So when Mercury is retrograde, I like to do a yellow candle and a blue candle because they both provide clarity, just coming from like a little different aspects. Like yellow is like a mercurial color, but it kind of it has that ability to lift the fog and kind of brighten things up, bring in illumination. And then blue helps us to really, I feel like, have that clarity of mind, clarity of speech, effective communication. So I always feel like if things are feeling a little fuzzy, gray, unclear, like lighting those two candles, drawing Mercury's symbol on them. I also like to like draw the symbol of the sun because I find it to be very illuminating and brightening, and set that intention for clarity. And I'm always like clearing my technology too. Like, so I waft my phone through the smoke of rosemary, and I find that all of these little rituals, I feel like help me navigate through the transit a lot more easily.
That's good advice. I'm gonna do a blue and a yellow candle, and
right.
Yeah, because
some clarity.
Yes, absolutely. Because Mercury retrograde too always makes me feel really foggy, and I feel like I can't get my thoughts out, or I can't really articulate myself, or I'm feeling really insecure when I'm trying to communicate something, and everybody, including myself, if they're aware of Mercury retrograde, then the anxiety is just like through the roof. Like you could just tell like the energy is off and everybody is a little bit on edge. It's like when you know Mercury retrograde is happening, you're just like, I'm expecting the day to go wrong. I'm expecting something bad to happen. And I'm sure there's some people who've had Mercury retrogrades. I've had some in the past where I'm like, this was a breeze. Like this was like really nice.
Totally.
I stayed in my lane. I kept to myself, didn't have any issues. I followed the rules of double checking and slowing down, and it was great, right? So there can be some peaceful retrogrades for sure. But I definitely think that sometimes when we hear it, it's like a trigger word for some people, in myself included, where I'm like, okay, I just get kind of on edge. So I think just like cleansing out your space and like your energy is just like really good at putting yourself in the mindset where you're like, whatever happens, I'll be okay.
Of course you will. You're very powerful, and I feel like I want to offer something for you too, to speak to the challenges you brought up. I think it could be wonderfully supportive to brew peppermint tea for yourself, and like when it's brewing, put the mug on top of like an ace of swords from a tarot deck, and just let that energy infuse into the tea, and just have like a moment of just sipping it mindfully. And I think that could really bring a lot of like peace and clarity and comfort to you.
Okay, I'm gonna give that a try. And it's funny that you brought up the peppermint tea, because I don't know, like the past like 2-3-ish weeks, I love tea, but I never drink peppermint tea. So anytime my boyfriend is doing groceries, he's like, hey, did you want me to pick up peppermint tea? And I was like, where are you getting peppermint tea from? I never drink peppermint tea. Why do you keep asking me, do I need a box? I'm like, I never drink it. I love chamomile tea. That's like my favorite. And this has been happening every once in a while too. And like even like last night, he's like, can I get you a cup of tea? I'll get you peppermint. I'm like, we don't even have peppermint in the house. Why do you keep dropping peppermint? This has been happening for 2 or 3 weeks, and now
maybe he likes peppermint
or that, but we don't even have it. And he does the groceries.
But well, I gotta tell you, I love this because it kept like I was getting this like hit that was like, you need peppermint tea, and like I don't know, like, and I just like, that's the thing with work. I've learned like I don't need to question it. I'm just like, it's just passing through me, and I'm sharing the message. And I think it could just be like maybe just like a lovely ally, and it sounds like your boyfriend's picking up on it.
Yeah, it is just so, and he's also a Virgo too. But it's just so funny because like you literally were like, yeah, I recommend peppermint tea for you, and I'm like, that's so weird. I feel like I've been seeing and hearing the word peppermint tea everywhere for the past 2-3 weeks. So maybe the universe was already kind of telling me like, you need this in your life. So
I'm dead. And I love how Phil's been trying to get you a drink, and you're like, stop asking me. Yeah. And then Sarah's like, I think you should drink peppermint tea. You're like, interesting.
Oh my god, that is so funny.
Amazing, I love it.
Also, when Mercury is retrograde, like I feel like the same themes always apply in general because Mercury does rule over transportation, like we said, communication, everything. But I think it's also important to pay attention to the themes of the sign that it happens in. So because we know that Scorpio carries some pretty heavy themes and energy, you know, Mercury retrograde, when I was trying to read up on it, you know, as much as people talk about Mercury retrograde all the time and just like mention it in a very offhand way, there's not a lot of good information about what it actually does in different signs. So I'm just kind of like, Mercury retrograde is the same every single sign. Like, no, obviously it also depends on where the planet is traveling in your birth chart. Mm-hmm. So you can kind of be more in line with what it's going to do for you personally that way. But I was reading and I was like, okay, so like Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, what does that mean? And everything that I read was like, oh, somebody's getting exposed. You're going to find out something shocking about someone that you didn't know, or like just gaining access to information in kind of like a shady way. Yeah. Or, you know, maybe, you know, people spinning the block and you kind of having to resist temptation. Like maybe someone's going to spin the block and you're going to be really tempted to hook up with them again. Don't do it. Yeah. But you might be tempted to because of that sexy Scorpio energy, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So just kind of like being mindful of, you know, Scorpio themes, and also really paying attention to anything to do with banking inside, like because Scorpio also rules over possessions and other people's possessions, right? So like if you're someone who does business in the sense that's like money transferring or wiring or anything like that, because that also includes technology, to be really careful with your money.
I experienced this already.
Did you?
No way. Wait, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but this is like too wild. So like one of my like longtime beautiful clients that I love, she accidentally sent her payment for our reading to someone else earlier this week. No. And it's never happened. And then she was able to like straighten it out with PayPal, but it was like, God. I didn't even put that together. Like that's actually like in all the years I've been doing this, I don't think that's ever happened. And like this wasn't even like a new client. Like that is wild.
So be extra careful, double, triple check when you're doing your financial transactions and e-transfers, etc. Make sure it's going to the right place. Don't click random links watch out for like bank fraud and like those scam calls and stuff like that, because it's scammer season.
Yeah.
Wow, it really is. Oh my gosh.
But doesn't she also make a trip into Sagittarius too eventually?
Yeah, so basically Mercury's in Scorpio and then it goes into Sagittarius for a couple of days or like a week or two, and then it retrogrades back into Scorpio. So it's gonna be in Scorpio twice, because that's just all we need this year.
Oh my God.
Of course.
So then when it goes retrograde for a couple days in Sagittarius, what are some things that we should be careful of?
So in Sagittarius, because it deals a lot with, philosophy, higher education, student-teacher relationships, stuff like that, it may be more, it may impact more of like your school, right? So especially if you're like in university or college and you're doing continuing education, really be on top of your communication with like your professors, or if you're an apprentice, somehow making sure that you are handing things in, making sure that you're paying attention to cancellations. That happens a lot. Like classes canceled and they sent an email, but maybe you went to your spam, so you went to school and you commuted for like an hour and then you got there and the class was canceled.
That sucks.
Yeah. Just like stuff like that. Obviously not as devastating as, like sending money to the wrong person or anything like that. And then also Sagittarius being a fire sign, just watch your tone with people.
That, I expected as much.
Because Sagittarius are known to be very blunt, kind of like an Aries Mercury, just kind of lacking tact sometimes, and being very quick to like shoot off at the mouth, or communicating in a way that's very accusatory or defensive or confrontational. Just being mindful of how you are addressing people and how your tone could be perceived, even if you don't mean it that way. Just like be ready to have some conflict just because someone really just doesn't like the way you're talking to them.
Damn. Well,
can I ask a question?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to cut you off. I was wondering, do you think that like I think of like Sagittarius as that like kind of like adventurous spirit, like I want to see the world. So do you think this could affect like travel plans or like things like I feel like double check that flight is actually at the time and date that like you think it is. Like that's what it's feeling like to me.
That is so funny.
Wow.
So Sarah's right. Double check that is the correct flight. Double check that you are, and get to the airport super early. There's nothing worse than showing up at the airport and then going to the wrong terminal, because that's also a pain in the ass.
Yes. Make sure double check those hotels. Double check your credit cards too as well.
Yes.
Be on top of everything.
Yes.
I think also one last Mercury retrograde tidbit that I mentioned was the Cazimi. So I recently learned about what a Cazimi was because we had a Mercury Cazimi in September during eclipse season.
Okay.
Because everything happened during eclipse season, so why not also a Cazimi? So basically, a Cazimi is what happens when a planet comes into a really tight orb in their transits to the sun.
Okay.
So Mercury on, I believe, November 20th or 21st, which is also when the retrograde is already underway, is going to have a Cazimi with the sun. So basically what that means astrologically, there's a belief that the sun helps to cleanse and purify. So when it's coming into that close contact with Mercury, then you're going to have really frank conversations, and communication is going to be very honest and open. And to me, the sun might purify, but it also like illuminates, right? So I feel like that's going to be a date to watch when you may be finding things out that may surprise you and shock you. Again, very Scorpio vibes, maybe things coming to light under that Kazemi. So November 20th, I think, is going to be an important date during this retrograde.
Oh, I'm putting that right on my calendar.
Right? You're like, checking my transits for that day right after this recording.
And isn't a Jupiter retrograde happening too as well?
It is, and is it retrograding into Gemini, or is it still in Cancer?
Last time I checked, I think it's still in Cancer. I'll have to double check. But I know that it's going to go retrograde on November 11th, so it's going to be right after Mercury does.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
A lot happening.
2025, really a lot of activity in those stars.
Really. And it's so funny. We had another guest, our first guest of the season, our friend Stevie, was like, everyone's saying, what's this year looking like and astrologically, and it hasn't been great. And then she's like, next year is more of the same. I was like, no, I've learned enough lessons.
Yeah, I know.
I think we're dismantling a lot. Well, I'm sorry.
No.
It's true. Like, my whole belief systems have shifted.
Oh. So next year's just going to be just as heavy.
I mean, a lot of good has come out of this year as well. It was like one of those years where things were really rough, but ended up being really rewarding as well. So
I agree.
Just coast on the rewards now.
Yes. Well, and I feel like, I think like change is hard. Like, but I do believe like change is always good, but it is hard. And I think it's just like, keep going. Like, the story isn't over. Keep going. I think that what I feel like we've been shown is like a lot of these systems and mindsets are unsustainable and things have to change. And I like to think like we're experiencing a collective transformation, but it is tough. And I think that the best thing to do, honestly, I think, is to like be kind to ourselves and to others. And like, I always just try to tell myself, like, I have no idea what other people are going through. And like, just like, I think a lot of things aren't personal. And I just try to give people like a wide berth, and just like try to like just do what we can to center ourselves and take care of ourselves. And then I think it's easier to extend that outward. But yeah, it's just been a lot.
Saying that things are not personal, I think that has been my biggest lesson this year, as somebody who can be quite self-absorbed at times. Just like going out into the world and interacting with people, and it's really easy to take offense to things.
I take offense to things all the time. It's really bad.
Yeah, I know. But what I've come to realize this year is like, because I was going through so much internally, and I'm like, okay, I'm so preoccupied with the stuff that I am dealing with that I know that there's probably been times where I just offended somebody without meaning to at all. So then I had to apply that to my own experiences, just randomly like encountering people and having situations like, I went to get a coffee and the barista like rolled their eyes or something when they handed me the cup, and not feeling like, okay, well, screw you too then, bitch. But being like, okay, she's a barista, it's packed in here, she's probably having a really hard day, someone was probably super rude to her or like tried to give her a hard time over an order or whatever, and she's just frustrated, and it probably has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
And just like letting stuff kind of roll off your back and just moving on without being like, oh my god, I cannot believe that they did this and this and that. And when it really has nothing to do with you.
Yeah. that's good advice to have, especially going into this retrograde, because yeah, I hate saying that, but like I do take things personally. Like anytime, especially if I'm nice to somebody first and then I get an attitude back, I'm just like, okay, well, I'm having a rough day too. Now you made it rougher by being mean to me. Like,
it's like, oh, I'm having a bad day. Now we're both gonna have a bad day. Watch.
No, but that is.
I get it.
It's definitely a big
tempting.
lesson. It's definitely a big lesson, I think, because yeah, like whenever I hear people say like, you know, like you can't take it personal, like someone's having a bad day and you just so happen to get caught in that moment, wrong, like bad timing.
Because I'm very much the kind of person where I'm just like, I'm gonna mirror you, I'm gonna return energy, but now I'm just like, I cannot. And Sarah, I really resonate with you saying that you're a very sensitive person and that you felt like before you got sober, that you were drinking a lot to kind of just like dull the noise and numb yourself, because you're a Cancer moon. You're intuitive, you're picking up on a lot of energy. I feel like if you are someone who is empathetic in that way, it is really difficult to separate your own emotions from other people's and your own energy and protect that energy, protect your peace when there's so much going on around you, especially if it's a tumultuous thing, right? So I had to learn, I can't be in that energy where I'm just returning energy all the time, because if the energy that I'm getting is negative and now I'm returning the favor, like I'm internalizing that negative energy. So I kind of just feel like now I have to be in the space where, okay, this person's having a hard time. I can't take that personally, because then I'm going to shoulder that burden and I don't want that. So I just have to keep myself to myself, keep my neutral energy or my positive energy, and just like keep pushing through and move on. I'm not, I used to say this all the time on the show. I'm just like, I'm gonna return the favor. I'm gonna flip it back. I'm gonna give you what you give. No, if you're giving me negativity, I'm not giving it back. I can't like have this bouncing back and forth.
The cycle,
us.
yeah.
No, I'm
we
just
have
like,
to end the cycle.
Nip it in the butt, kill them with kindness, and then, hopefully you can absorb some of that instead so that you're not so miserable. But yeah, I can't match energy anymore. It's very draining.
That's a good point, because there were a couple times where I was like mean to somebody if I was at work and I was having a bad day or my boss went off on me. So now the next person that talks to me, I'm kind of rude to them. And I've done it a couple of times. And you're right. Like when someone is still giving you kindness, even when you're being mean, you're like, oh my God, I actually feel bad and I need to do better as a person. Because I was like, that is so mean. Like she was still continuing to be nice to me and didn't want to pop off. So yeah, that makes me feel bad.
Protect your peace. Hey, that's you learn from it. That's what introspection does, right? So
yeah,
you're probably not going to do that again.
Yeah, I hope not.
Totally. Well, I think I think it's really powerful to understand and own our own energy, and because I think a lot about what you were speaking to, about how like I feel like energy, it reverberates and it like, and our impact. And I think about how like, I used to work the door at a music venue, and like I used to like it would kind of I would let it ruin my night when people were like nasty to me at the door, and then I would like be nasty. Like I'm welcoming someone into the space by being like kind of like negative, or like throwing that energy out there. And it's like, no, like that negativity is just as contagious as positivity. And like, I think we're talking about like it can be hard to like really be considerate when you're in the fire, in the chaos. But like, I don't know, I just try to really like center myself and be like, okay, like what's mine is mine, and I don't need to make it everyone else's, and like I don't need to share my challenging day. And I try to like flip it and be like, okay, like, well, what could I do to like maybe brighten someone else's day? And like then I feel like that kind of turns my energy around. But it's tough. I get it too. Like, I totally understand that matching the energy, but and I even think, like, as you were speaking, I was thinking, like, that's a really good lesson for Mercury retrograde, to like really think about like more of that, like, how am I communicating, and like how am I sharing my energy, and not adding to the cosmic chaos.
Oh yeah,
Cosmic
I like that
Chaos
term.
is like the coolest band that doesn't exist. I feel like someone needs to make a band right now and call it Cosmic
Yes,
Chaos.
that's our band.
Yes,
I like
those
it.
would be the coolest band tees ever.
Yes, I love it.
I really like that. Those are like really good retrograde lessons that everyone that's listening to this can take, especially me. Like, yeah, like just to like not pop off, and to just triple check everything, and it's okay to have like those difficult emotional conversations, because they can be really healing. And I also want to ask you, Sarah, for not only this retrograde, but in general, like any other like tips or spells or rituals that you can give our listeners who maybe just want to protect their peace or themselves a little bit more too as well, because I feel like during these times we're really more sensitive. And I mean, you're a Cancer moon, you're probably super highly sensitive. So you're somebody where like, I need to make sure like I'm protecting my energy and like my light. And I'm just like, yeah, like, do you have any tips or advice to give me and Winnie and our listeners?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I think it's so important to honor our energy and protect our energy. And so I really love to do a little spell with, I feel like it, with this, like, especially with the mercurial energy, I like talking about the yellow and blue candles earlier, but I also think you could add a white and black candle into the mix, and just like close your eyes and take a few deep breaths and really center and feel into your energetic field. Like, really, I feel like tapping into your energy, feeling it extend beyond your physical body into your etheric body. And I love like envisioning like a gold and silver wire mesh around it to kind of like make this beautiful kind of like boundaried egg, and just feeling like, so, and I like the mesh because it allows the good stuff in but keeps like the bad stuff out, and like anything that isn't yours. I think telling the universe and affirming your intention, so it's like nothing that isn't mine is allowed in this field, and it's only for my highest good. And I like to add another layer of, I coat that egg in like kind of like a greasy substance, so anything that's not mine just slicks away. And I like to think it's water resistant too, in case it rains. And really knowing that your energy is protected and moving about your day, just knowing that you own your energy and you own your impact, and the universe has your back.
I love that.
Me too.
Peppermint tea and blue and yellow candles for
and
sure.
White and black candles.
And white and black.
Yes. Stock up.
You were also mentioning rosemary again. Remember?
Yes.
Cleanse your phone
Yeah.
and rosemary.
Yes, cleanse your phone and rosemary, guys. Okay, yes.
Totally. And so it's like just burn the rosemary, and I like to waft the smoke around my home, around my energetic body, my phone, my laptop, all the technology. And I just think it's a really nice protective herb, especially during this transit.
Okay, that's good
Yes.
advice.
Yes.
I went to the supermarket after this.
Yes.
Amazing.
Do you do like the whole sprig? Do you do the whole sprig?
I do. I'm extra.
Okay, no, I love that.
Yeah, of course. And I like to waft the smoke over my bed to kind of like bring in that, like, those messages in our dreams, like clear out anything stuck or stagnant. But I feel like that can be like such a lovely time to receive messages. So let's make sure the pathway is clear.
Amazing. Do you find like your intuition feels a little bit foggy, or does it feel more clear during like retrogrades? Do you feel like that's something that like affects you spiritually, or no?
I feel like because of these rituals and practices, it helps me to feel really clear.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Kitty.
She's making an appearance.
She's so cute.
I know. She says thank you. I know. Do you have anything you need to add about Mercury retrograde? She's like, I just needed to make sure you were like hitting all the points.
Okay, perfect. She gave this
I just, just needed to fact check here. I've done my part. Thank you.
Exactly. The real boss of this operation.
Oh my gosh.
So we're coming to the end of our episode. So Sarah, we just wanted to ask where we can find you. Obviously, we'll link all your socials and everything in our show notes. But if you wanted to add anything for the Wine Astrology listeners.
Well, I would love to stay in touch on social media. My handle is I am Sarah Potter, Sarah with an H, Potter like the wizard boy. And my favorite platform is Instagram. I still love Instagram. The visual impact is fun. I'm on Substack, and I share tarot scopes and a spell for the week ahead based on the energy. I share messages from the moon, but also just like the stuff I'm into, and I share a lot of like tarot spreads that you can do and spells, and I try to keep it accessible and any supplies you probably already have. But yeah, like stay in touch. Come to my full moon parties at the Asbury Hotel. Please buy my book, Sober Magic, through Running Press.
Yes.
December 2nd.
You can do a pre-order, if I'm not mistaken. Yes,
you can. It is available for pre-order, so
we'll link that.
I would
in
love
the show notes as well.
Thank you so much. I've just really enjoyed spending time with you guys, and like I'm obsessed with you both, and this is just the beginning of our magical journey.
Yes, I'm really excited. I'm so happy that our paths crossed, and I really hope that we'll see each other in the future.
Yes,
and like, cause
we will. A full moon party.
Yeah, we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna manifest it, and I would love for us to like keep in touch, because like you're awesome, Sarah. Like
you are, and thank you, Lisa, for being like the astrological matchmaker.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that Lisa introduced us. So
me too.
Yeah, I'm just so happy that we got to connect. I hope we can do it again too. Not only on the podcast, but outside too.
Yes.
Oh my god. Anytime.
We know we with the guests when the preamble to the episode is just like us full on conversation mode, and then we're like, oh wait, we should be recording this.
Yeah.
Love it. Amazing. Yes. And I hope my book brings me to Toronto, because I love your city, and I would love to come visit and do a magical event, and like we'll do something together, and I'm manifesting that, putting it out there. So it is.
Oh my gosh. If you visit, that would be so much fun. We will make sure that we connect with you.
Of course.
Okay, good. I'm coming. Absolutely. I love it. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for having us.
And joining us. And yeah, Astro Baddies and Daddies. As usual, you can find us on Instagram at Wine Astrology. You can find us on TikTok at Wine Astrology Pod. I actually have some rants incoming because there's things that have been triggering me for the past couple of weeks. I was like, I might as well just put this on TikTok.
Yeah.
So I know we always promise that we're gonna be active, and then we never do actually post anything, but I promise we'll actually do it this time. So stay tuned. You can give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere else that you listen to podcasts. Please give us some feedback, guys. Even honestly, I was like 5 stars, but honestly, we just want to hear from you.
Yeah, just connect with us, and like if you guys have any topics you want us to discuss, or any wine recommendations from the city, you can email us at hello@wineastrology.com, and just keep in touch. We want to hear from you guys. And I guess in the spirit of spooky season, my sign-off's gonna be different, guys. I want you guys to stay witchy, stay bitchy, and most of all, stay gypsy.
Or not.
Or not. Just stay witchy.
Love that.